Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I am Knight in Phoenix, and I am with my brother Grey Ghost in Phoenix, and we are flying the Denmark bush trips. I believe there's only 6 of them. Nice short one. We're about to do leg 2, we just finished up leg 1. Leg 2 is, we'll call it 80 nautical miles, should take about 38 minutes to do, and this is where we're landing. So we'll click on continue, get this thing on the road. Yeah, it'd be interesting if they would, while you're loading in here and you see the blue line, if they would show you it broken up into the segments.
Yeah.
This looks like it's just going to be a straight line. Well, hard to say. I mean, the majority of it's probably going to be a straight line just southwest.
Yeah.
This one here.
Straight across to the next island and then head north. Kind of northwest.
Yeah, rose-skittled. Okay, let's hit ready to fly. Control 1. Let's move that. Get rid of that, get rid of that. We're going to go up to 2,000 feet. Should be good enough. And it's still set for 2,000. Okay. So we are not on the runway. There, I see you. Okay, how much runway do we have?
I backed up a little bit just to be safe.
Oops. I guess if you want it to slow down, you have to actually hit the brake button. Wow, that did not turn well at all. I mean, I had my thumb on a button, it just wasn't the Y button. So.
Yeah. On instruction 2, we're going to be looking for Great Belt Bridge, also known as the East Bridge, the 5th largest span in the world.
5th longest span in the world. Interesting. That'll be cool to see. So yeah, first one we're going to take off. We're going to fly out of here at 242 degrees. Langesso Lake. After taking off from the airport, fly southwest for 13.4 nautical miles to the crescent-shaped lake. Okay, I can do that. Let's give myself a little bit of flap here. With 74% fuel, should be more than enough. And away we go.
How do you do that?
Turbo.
Turbo.
Turbo. get rid of the flaps, push up, not down. That's interesting. There it goes. I think, no, it still doesn't go. Something's... I got it set for 2,000 feet. It will not climb.
But you're definitely not climbing.
No, and I mean, it's following the red line. I'm trying to brake. Trying to brake the autopilot. Now, when I hover over the autopilot, it says disengage autopilot. Ridiculous. After I clicked it, that was. So I hit to engage autopilot, and it didn't engage. Something did.
Engaged my autopilot, and he's diving down 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. Do you have an altitude set?
Yeah, 2,000. Alright, so he's leveling off. No, he's still going down.
Yeah, I see it right down there below me. If you are above the altitude that you have set already or at it, then you can't just use... oh crap, I'm stalling. Disengage autopilot. Something is wrong. Oh, my trim is at 80 freaking percent. That takes a long time to get rid of 80% trim.
Yeah.
Right, this is... Okay, we're going to turn on now. Nav mode is already on. What in the world have we done? It says 2,000 feet altitude, and it's taking me so high, it's ridiculous.
I turned mine off because he was just going down, down, down. I was down to 200 feet. I was like, really?
Turn nav mode off, no. Vertical speed. Vertical speed mode is off. Looks like it's settling down. Still climbing. So now we'll come in here to vertical speed decrease by 500 feet per minute. Get me back down to 2,000. Well, you got way out ahead of me there.
Yeah, well, I was doing almost 150 knots.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I'm going to say computer error.
Yeah, it was called update.
Could be. Yeah, I set my altitude before we took off at 2,000 feet. Right after we took off, I got rid of my flaps, and then I went in and I hit NAV for navigation mode, and then I turned autopilot on, or engaged autopilot.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, my stall horn is sounding. I'm doing 48 knots. Well over 2,000 feet. And my trim is at 80%. What?
In 80, you're heading to the moon.
Okay, so we're at 2017, 16, 15. Flaps are at 0. 132 knots. Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time. Well, I think just about every single time we fly, there's some issue getting the autopilot to work properly.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I might be making assumptions. As we start each new trip, I'm assuming all of that electronic stuff is reset. It may not be. I may have to go in there and click, disengage autopilot, disengage nav mode, then go in and set my stuff, and I don't know. Alright, so what are we doing here? 13.7, we are 242. We're looking for a crescent-shaped lake.
Yeah, I'm either over it or it's off to my right.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it might be to your right. Let's take a look at... I don't know. Going from EKRK to EKOD, 0D. So I'm not sure where we're going to find this. It could be this one here. Let's see, it doesn't look like a crescent-shaped lake to me. That doesn't.
I did have a slight heading change to 245.
Alright, so then you have, in fact, reached it. So that could be the crescent-shaped lake right there that we're going over, you already went over. Where you saw the one on the right, that's certainly not a crescent. Neither of these are what I would consider a crescent. Well, depends on the baker. Okay, I am on 245 as well. So that must be the lake. Okay, so 245. Great Belt Bridge. Continuing your heading for another 23 nautical miles brings you to the stunning Great Belt Bridge, also known as East Bridge, the 5th longest span in the world. You'd think we'd be able to pick that one out. Never know, though.
That's true.
Alright, and then the next course, number 2 is 245 and number 3 is also 245. So we're not going to get a course change. We have to definitely make sure we pick out the bridge.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's going to be over the water.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, there's my shadow. Kind of popping in and out of there. There's Grey Ghost in his Cessna 172. like Hiroshi, and his Cessna 172. Oh, just try to. Should it be Johanna Colony? And his 172. Maybe it's Jotnai Colony.
In the colony?
I don't know. You do like, who used to do that? Cookie Baby? You type it into Google and see what Google says.
Yeah. Looks like a cathedral below me right now.
So you think you saw the other one, huh?
Yeah, I think I did.
They look kind of small. I think I see what you're saying. Some type of a churchy looking thing. Couple of spires there. Or steeples.
Down a little bit. I'm at 2,500, so I'm going to bring it down some.
No, at 2,000.
So I was doing a -3 trim, and I was keeping level at 24.25.
Okay.
So I brought it down to -4. See what that does.
Yeah, I'm at a -4, 2,000 feet, and 120, bouncing between 129 and 130 knots.
127, 128.
And just my trim is bouncing now between -3 and -4. My vertical speed is 0 though, so that's cool. What I find interesting, this is a lot to me like Daggerwind territory.
Yeah.
Where you have just a bunch of different tiny irrigated fields, or not irrigated, but planted fields. You know, in America, you could fly over, like Welker's Farms, and all 80 miles you'd be the same farm, the same field.
Yeah.
And then just a ton of trees. So whether they just can't clear those for some reason to make larger fields, or they just don't need to, I don't know. You know, what do they grow down here? Do they grow corn? Straw, or not straw, but hay to feed cattle, or feed milking cows perhaps? You can definitely see some of the barns and stuff that look, boy, it's hard to say. I mean, from what little I've watched on YouTube, they definitely look like they're dairy barns.
Yeah.
So if you're doing dairy, you most likely have them in the barns all the time. And you're feeding them some type of a silage mixture. Corn, grass. if you're doing cattle for meat production, you're doing probably more grass than you would corn. But you don't, I mean, it's not like you're feeding a cow corn. You take the entire corn stalk with the corn on it and you chop that up. Oh, there's a bridge. It's actually some type of a highway interchange or exchange here. Get back on course. Yeah, I'm thinking that bridge has got to be coming up here somewhere.
Yeah. Now I just Googling Denmark's main farming, and it says home of various types of agriculture, production from animal products such as pork, beef, poultry, and dairy, to vegetable products including potato starch, grass seeds, as well as traditional grain and vegetable crops.
Okay. I'm in the shade. I wonder what would have been in this big white field. Possible that they put lime down.
I have to say that's the bridge off to my right.
Yeah, I see what looks like something jutting out into the water. Oh, yep, I know it's starting to draw in. It's starting to elevate. No, from here it looks like there's a big old hole in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't really be the middle of it, but the middle of what's been drawn so far. Okay, so we're probably on the second part of the 245 now.
Yeah, I think so.
Another 24.3 miles. To Geskolf Castle, Europe's most well-preserved Renaissance water castle. Geskolf Castle lies 24 nautical miles further along on your course.
A lot of people flying this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. I see two people who are in 172s.
Right.
There's a gamer tag kind of 1 o'clock to us, Amish in Vegas.
Huh.
So this is the 5th longest span, okay.
Been doing pretty good on frames. I've been in the upper 40s, lower 50s.
Pretty good on what?
On frames.
Oh, frames. Yeah, right now I am at 45, 46, 44. Yeah, I'm not getting any 50s.
Yeah. Lowest I've seen is 46, but the highest I've seen is 52.
Not sure why we would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the guys who are behind us. None of them seem to be in 172s. All right, that's the end of the bridge.
But I'm just coming up on the shoreline.
Yeah, to me, from back here, it looks like you're well over the land already. But all I can see is your icon.
Yeah.
Or your gamer tag.
More windmills.
I can't figure out why some of this ground looks so nasty.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they appear, a lot of them are crops, but...
Yeah, splotches here and there.
Right.
You know, is it where they're dumping manure, or is it something else? Who knows?
You just disappeared. I was watching you and up, you're gone.
I still see you.
Okay. We'll give it a minute here. If you're not back, I'm going to do the switcheroo. Alright, so we're heading for a water castle. Alright, you're back. Not sure what a water castle is, but...
A castle made out of water.
Sounds like it to me. If that's true, then a bucket of water could be anything.
Yeah. Road below with some roundabouts, traffic.
Okay, yep, I see a roundabout.
See some water.
It's like a highway exchange coming up here. Oh yeah, 3 roundabouts in there.
Oh, there's a castle with some water around it. I'd call that a moat.
Okay. A moated castle.
Yeah. And heading change right over top of it.
Okay. Alright, was there anything special about this castle? It's the most well-preserved Renaissance water castle.
So how far now is the airport?
Well, you got 13.84 on this leg as you turned.
Yeah, and then another 5.
On, right.
So 20 miles out.
Okay, there's the
airport.
castle. I see it now. Got a little drawbridge down there, maybe? Okay, 344 tells us what? Odense, just under 14 nautical miles northwest, lies the colorful city of Odense, Denmark's third largest metropolitan area. So you got 13 miles, doing almost 2 miles a minute. So about 6 minutes. We'll drop another 500 feet. So let's set this down to 1500, go to vertical speed, decrease by 300 feet per minute. Pretty nice looking crop over there on the right. I just noticed quite a bit of traffic down there too.
Yeah.
And just so much water everywhere too. I guess, I mean, you're at sea level. Okay, we are at 1,500 feet.
Yeah, me too. Looks like we're coming up on a metropolis.
Okay, Superman. Denmark's third largest metropolitan area, Odense. Oh, you're so dense, Odense. Yep, it definitely looks like it's getting pretty busy up there, population-wise. I'm sure it was probably all farmland not too long ago.
Yeah.
Urban sprawl. It's a big building down there.
There's a tall one over here to the right.
Okay. See,
It's up
sometimes
on it's like a river up here, and it's over towards the bay area.
Probably hasn't drawn in here yet. Oh yeah, now I see it. Just
Yeah.
came in. It's like a smokestack.
One looks like a smokestack. The other doesn't. And some kind of big square building,
Okay.
or
Yeah, from
whatever you want to call it.
where I'm at, oh, it just looks like a smokestack at this point.
If I can zoom in on them. Yeah, they could both be smokestacks.
All right, we just changed to
silos.
334. So we are on the final 5 miles. Okay, so we will
5 miles, huh?
turn the
So where is this airport at?
autopilot is off, I think.
I think I see it. Looks like the runway might be running more east-west than the
Oh, they
direction
always
we're
are.
headed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna go over and see what these are. I mean, for where they are and on the land that they're on, I can imagine
Yeah.
anything being this tall.
Yeah. I say they look like silos, but
They're just gonna sink into the ground. Well, the bigger one just looks like it's... Ah, gosh, I don't know. It's gotta be...
round pipe.
Yeah, some type of a silo, because it looks like it's connected to the barns below. That's where it says I sit here all day in my office and I can hear the small planes fly over the house sometimes, you know, and I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes you'll see him and say, man, he's not like dropping 500 feet and then gaining 1,000 and dropping 500.
Yeah.
He's just flying nice and smooth. And
Yeah. And I got back at work under the patio, and the planes are coming in right above us, and they're putting down their landing gear right there.
so are you on final approach or?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Throttle. Still got a ways to come down, but
Yeah, I'm climbing.
full flaps, throttles down to Take it down to 30. 76 knots. 1,000 feet. Get down to 20. 79 knots. I'm over the first set of lights. 500 feet. Over the edge of the runway. 72. Cut the engines. Post it in.
Yeah, I still got a lot of speed. I'm lined up good. I've got decent altitude. Just way too much speed. But long enough runway will bleed this off before we touch down. Alright, throttle is completely cut.
Welcome to Hans Christian Andersen Airport. Leg complete. Well, that's the first time I've heard him do that. Welcome you to the airport. So I stopped right at the first set of fat white line.
Welcome to Hans Christian Andersen Airport.
Oh yeah, welcome to. Sound like they said Mans Christian Andersen Airport, but congratulations, the leg is completed. 45 minutes. It didn't seem that long.
Yeah.
All right, leg 2 for the Denmark bush trip is in the books. And we'll go ahead and get started on number 3, so be sure to check out the channel. It should be following us shortly. See you then.